When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is, to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love. It is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live. Marcus Aurelius Antoninus was Roman emperor, from 161 to 180 AD, and a Stoic philosopher. Accept the things to which fate binds you, and love the people with whom fate brings you together, but do so with all your heart. A man's worth is no greater than his ambitions. Reject your sense of injury, and the injury itself disappears. The object of life is not to be on the side of the majority, but to escape finding oneself in the ranks of the insane. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. Never let the future disturb you. You will meet it, if you have to, with the same weapons of reason, which today arm you, against the present. The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. Nothing happens to any man that he is not formed by nature to bear. If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. Loss is nothing else but change, and change is nature's delight. Our life is what our thoughts make it. That which is not good for the beehive cannot be good for the bees. The universe is change, our life is what our thoughts make it. Nothing has such power to broaden the mind as the ability to investigate systematically and truly all that comes under thy observation in life. Each day provides its own gifts. He who lives in harmony with himself lives in harmony with the universe. The only wealth which you will keep forever is the wealth you have given away. How much more grievous are the consequences of anger than the causes of it? Life is neither good or evil, but only a place for good and evil. Look back over the past, with its changing empires, that rose and fell, and you can foresee the future too. Nowhere can man find a quieter, or more untroubled retreat, than in his own soul. Poverty is the mother of crime. Do every act of your life, as if it were your last. The art of living is more like wrestling than dancing. The universe is transformation, life is opinion. Adapt yourself to the things among which your lot has been cast, and love sincerely the fellow creatures with whom destiny has ordained that you shall live. Look within. Within is the fountain of good, and it will ever bubble up, if thou wilt ever dig. Be content with what you are, and wish not change, nor dread your last day, nor long for it. Here is the rule to remember in the future, when anything tempts you to be bitter, not, this is a misfortune, but, to bear this worthily is good fortune. Anger cannot be dishonest. Let men see, let them know, a real man, who lives as he was meant to live. Tomorrow is nothing, today is too late, the good lived yesterday. Where a man can live, he can also live well. Such as are your habitual thoughts, such also will be the character of your mind, for the soul is dyed by the thoughts. Confine yourself to the present. Because a thing seems difficult for you, do not think it impossible for anyone to accomplish. To the wise, life is a problem, to the fool, a solution. Despise not death, but welcome it, for nature wills it like all else. To understand the true quality of people, you must look into their minds, and examine their pursuits and aversions. A man should be upright, not be kept upright. How much time he saves, who does not look to see what his neighbor says, or does, or thinks. Execute every act of thy life, as though it were thy last. Perhaps there are none more lazy, or more truly ignorant, than your everlasting readers. Each thing is of like form, from everlasting, and comes round again in its cycle. The act of dying is one of the acts of life. Men exist for the sake of one another. To live happily is an inward power of the soul. There is nothing happens to any person but what was in his power to go through with. Be content to seem what you really are. Death, like birth, is a secret of nature. Everything that exists is in a manner the seed of that which will be. To refrain from imitation is the best revenge. When thou art above measure angry, bethink thee how momentary is man's life.